We'll show you how to redirect to another page and activate a tab of your choice. So this functionality is a very specific use case, but it's good to know. It's good to have something in your mind that you can use and potentially use it for further projects. So let me show you how this works. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create two pages. So this one here is just going to be page number 1. I'm just going to label it here. Page 1, and then I'm going to create another page, save and continue, and I'm going to call this one page 2. And on page 2 I'm going to do a couple of things. I'm going to first get a tab, so let's say I get this tab over here. And there are 3 tabs in there, tab 1, 2, and 3. And I'm just going to go ahead and modify the labels. So I'll call this one contact, this one account, this one or I'll just call it ops really. And then I'm just going to copy these across into the value, so the value and the label are the same. Okay, once this is done, you can see the tabs are there. And what I'm going to do is in the accounts one, I'm going to drag a simple table, power table. And this one's going to bring back from account, where the account name contains the word hospital. Just going to add a bunch of columns in here like name and number. That's all I really need. Okay, so I've got my table. It's good to go. It's inside this, which is pretty good. Now, what I wanted to do is when I come from page 1, I'll automatically want to redirect to this page, but this should become active. Right now, by default, this is the active one, but I want this one, account tab, to become active. So how do I do that? Well, let's go back to page 1 first. And I'm going to put a button in here. And this button is just simply going to say redirect. Okay. And then on page 2, I'm just going to add a little back button so it takes me back to page 1. Figure action, redirect, internal, home, done. Okay. Next up, what you need to do in order to activate this, you must make sure that there is a parameter being set on a specific page. So on this page here, what you'll do is you'll go to page 2, you'll configure actions, and you'll create a static parameter. And I'm just going to call this one tab value. Well, we'll call this one local tab val param. That's what we'll call it. Alright, so this has now been set, and now what I'm going to do is going to go back to page 1, and this is where all the magic happens. So we'll click on this. First thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a standard redirect. I'm going to say, not interactivity, redirect. So we're just going to say go internally to page 2, open in self, but this is the key. We're going to set a parameter. You can see that the parameter we set up on page 2, the local tab val parameter, and I'm just going to set a value of account, like that. That's all I'm doing. So this is done. So if I quickly click on debug mode, I'll show you what I'm doing there. Let's go ahead and preview. So now if I preview mode here and open debug mode, you can see that nothing is in here, but if I click on redirect, it's going to redirect me to this page, but in the debug you can see the local tab val parameter is now set to account. Okay, that's the value we've just passed into the parameter of this entire page, which is the local parameter called the local tab val param. Now, all I have to really do is write a condition on page 2 and say conditions, and I can just say something very simple. If local tab param equals the word account, then go ahead and affect the elements, and now we just need to bring all the different ones. So here I'm just going to say make this one tab account activate. Very, very simple, like that. And now what you'll find if I click save, so previously it did redirect us, but remember it only brought us back to the contact tab. What we wanted to do is activate this tab upon arrival. So now that's all been set. If I go to preview, click redirect, it takes me there, and voila, account is the default tab because of the value that's just been passed in there and because of the condition that I just wrote. And it's literally that easy to do.